Coconut Grove condo living or South of 5th condo living? Which one is better? Which one do we want to live in? This is a question that we have with our buyers on a weekly basis. Both have amazing buildings, both are amazing areas, but they're both very different in their own ways. So today, we're going to break down the similarities and the differences between condos in Coconut Grove versus condos in South of 5th. So behind me, we have Park Grove. Park Grove, without question, it's the most desirable building in Coconut Grove condos. You have 6-acre space, tons of amenities, great floor plans, great views, and it represents the top of the market in Coconut Grove. In South of 5th, Park Grove will be directly compared to Continuum. 2 towers, tons of amenities, 12 acres, best location, right on the beach in South of 5th. Really, both buildings represent the height of the market. In Continuum, you get over 5,000 a foot. Park Grove Tower 1, you get over 3,800 a foot. Record-breaking for the areas, right? Also represent the best amenities in their respective locations. So in Continuum, you're on the beach, 12-acre sites, 3 pools, gym, everything you can imagine, beach service. Park Grove, 6 acres, totally walking distance into town, best location. So for Coconut Grove, you have Park Grove number 1. For South of 5th, you have Continuum number 1. So behind me is Yacht Harbor, one of the older buildings in Coconut Grove. This is direct correlation to the Yacht Club in South of 5th. Not because of their names, but because they're both older buildings. They're both the entry point into the community. So at the Yacht Harbor, you could buy for $1, $2, $3 million. At the Yacht Club in South of 5th, you could buy $1, $2 million price point. Also, they have smaller footprints. So you'll get a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom that's 1,200, 1,500 square feet, not large units unlike some of the other buildings. So Yacht Harbor and the Yacht Club in South of 5th are the entry level into these areas where you want to be. The next building we have is Grove at Grande. Grove at Grande are the 2 twisting towers behind me. So very, very boutique, only 95 units between the 2, large floor plans, deep balconies, large units. This is directly comparable to the Apogee in South of 5th. Both are great locations. The Apogee is only 68 units, large floor plans, deep balconies. So price point is a very high price point. Apogee, you're looking at 7 to 8 million. Grove at Grande, you're looking typically 5 million and upward. And they're typically only large sales that happen in the building because the majority of the units are very large buildings. Amenity-wise, they both have great amenities, not to the level of a Continuum or Park Grove, but they do have their own respective really nice amenities with private pools. But both buildings are known really for their large floor plans and privacy, being very boutique and very private, very exclusive. So behind me we have Grovenor House. Grovenor House, we are comparing it directly in correlation to the Icon South Beach and Murano Grande South Beach, which are both very similar. Why they're all 3 the same or very similar? They're all built in the early 2000s, 2003, 2004, 2005. They're all great buildings, a little bit on the older 20+ years, but great floor plans, great amenities. The buildings are very well maintained, very well managed. The constant upgrades throughout the building. So right now, Grovenor is going through a huge renovation, upgrading the pool. Icon South Beach recently did the same. Murano Grande South Beach also did the same. But it's still one of the most desirable buildings in their respective areas. And they both have direct water views, but at a fraction of the cost of what you could get at Continuum, Apogee, or Park Grove, Grove at Grande. So here you'll get average $1,500 per foot with water views. And price point will start like around 1 million up to 5 to 6, kind of at the top, 6.5. Same with Icon Murano. Starts around 1.1, 1.2, and the peak of the market there is really like 5.5, 6.5. So they're very similar buildings. Basically, if you want to be in these areas, in great buildings, but the budget's more in that 3, 4, 5 million, these would be your options. The last tower we're discussing in Coconut Grove is Mr. C Residences. This we're comparing directly to 5 Park that was also just completed. So both buildings are brand new, both done within the last 18 months, both done by Terra, funny enough. And both are in these phases of becoming a community, people moving in, renovating their apartments. So it's still very new, but the amenities in both are spectacular, has all the bells and whistles of a new building that you could think of. View-wise, they both have great views. And then finishes, obviously they're brand new buildings, so all the finishes are to today's finishes. So very similar in terms of amenities, builder, age, but what we're yet to see, and we'll soon know within the coming years, is what kind of community goes into each, because the buildings really become their own after a few years of post-delivery from the developer. So when looking for a condo and you're stuck between Coconut Grove or South of 5th, both areas have phenomenal buildings and buildings that are actually very comparable. What's very different are the areas themselves. So Coconut Grove is a more quieter, village feel. You walk into town, you have a little restaurant, not tons of fine dining, even though you do have fine dining options, but it's a very more quieter family feel. South of 5th, you have fine dining, you have more vacation feel, you have the beach, you have water views all around. So it really depends on what you're looking for personally, because option-wise, there's great options in both, but south of 5th, you'll get a little bit more of that vacation feel. Maybe if you're here only 2-3 months and you want to feel completely tropical on the beach. If you want to be more end user, 6 months to 8 months, to maybe even a year, maybe Coconut Grove is your option. Not saying you can't be a seasonal, because we have tons of clients that are seasonal users here in the Grove, but they love that it's quiet. They love that they don't have the vacation tourism that you get sometimes in some parts of the beach, especially certain parts of the year. Both are great options. We know both markets extremely well. Both markets, in our past videos, you've seen that we've shown price appreciation over the last 5 years, staggeringly high over both markets, especially compared to other markets in Miami. So south of 5th, amazing buildings, Coconut Grove, amazing buildings. You can't go wrong. It just really depends on what you're looking for. So if you're looking in these areas, contact us. We're always available, DM message, and we'll see you on the next video.